Flosstube, my name's Emma from Emma X Stitching and this is Flosstube number 2. So I came back, so that's something. Firstly, I just want to say a huge thank you to all the support and watches and subscribers and everything since my first video. It's been a little bit overwhelming. I'm not a people person, so to have that many people to take the time to watch me and subscribe is just, yeah. But massive thank you. I never expected that at all. So yeah, thank you. I did want to say a few thank yous because I've had shout outs from so many fabulous Flosstubers, really unexpected people, said lovely things about me, so I just wanted to say a huge thank you to those people. So Jacob from Modern Folk Embroidery, he gave me a lovely shout out. Sammy Liz, Stacey Stitches, Kim Hollenbach, Hannah Dowling, Jemima the Rocking Stitcher, Crafty Emily, Stitch Slit Claire, and Darcy, obviously. He pushed me in this direction in the first place, and I really can't thank him enough for giving me the push and for saying such lovely things and sending so many of you over to say hello. So yeah, thank you so much to those people, and anyone else. I know a few people on Instagram shared my video as well, which was really lovely. And if I've forgotten anyone, or if you've come here from someone that's not those people and that I need to know about, please let me know, because I would really like to thank everyone that's helped me and pushed me, and yeah, it's just been lovely. Thank you so much. So as promised, I said my second video I'd come back and discuss and talk about all my finishes that I've had. I think that's probably all I'll get to today, although I do have a new stitch along that I want to talk about at the end. So yeah, stick around for that. Some of you might have seen it on Instagram, but yeah, I just wanted to mention it in this video as well. So finishes. I went to my mum's house and saw what she had of mine there, and it actually wasn't as much as I thought. I think we've actually sort of gifted stuff over the years, or I've done stuff for people. I know I said to someone recently, I feel like I've only recently discovered that you can stitch for yourself and you don't have to stitch for other people and give it away. So I think I've just done stuff for other people, and it'll be at various family and friends' houses. But I've still managed to gather up quite a few pieces, and then I can also insert some pictures of stuff that was some stuff that I've had photos of that I've given away, or that my mum's got on a wall that I couldn't be bothered taking down and bringing round here. So yeah, we'll see what we get to anyway. So my mum actually passed me the thing that I stitched first. It's not actually full cross stitch, but I think it's a good start. Now we think I was around 5 when I did this. I'll just pop it around a piece of paper. I don't know if the aid is actually this yellow or it's a bit old, but this is my very first piece of stitching that I did when I was about 5. So yeah, we've got some lovely tent stitch here. I was telling someone recently I've never tried tent stitch, but apparently I have. So yeah, this is the first thing I ever did, which my mum's kept hold of, which is lovely. So yeah, I'm really glad to have that actually. I didn't think that we'd have anything or know what the first thing was that I did, so that's really nice to have. I feel like I'm just surrounded in things, so I'm just going to grab and see where we get to. Another thing that I did really early on the biggest Ada I've ever seen, oh, it's a bit wonky in its card, never mind. We've got this little snowman who is really cute. Don't know how old I was when I did this, pretty young I would say. So yeah, that's him. And then I think I mentioned in my last video that I had like it was called a Get Set kit, I think, and it had like loads of different projects in it, that you could cross stitch. I think there was some like slightly different like embroidery type pieces as well, but one that I do have from that is this little hot air balloon, which is cute. Not finished off very well, but you know, there you go. So that's that one. And then I remember having like lots of smalls. I don't know if you know what I mean. They're like the really tiny like little animals and things. You get the kits from really cheap these days for like £2.50. But I used to get those. I remember when we went on holiday, there was a place in the Lake District that we used to go to quite often. I think the shop was in Grange-over-Sands, if anyone knows where that is. And they had a lovely little embroidery shop that we would go to every time we went there, and I remember getting these little tiny stitches. And also when we went up on holiday in Scotland, there was also another little embroidery shop there that we'd get these lovely little pieces from. So I did loads of those. My mum's got a few on her wall. I might be able to put a picture in if I can get one, just to show you the kind of thing I mean, but I did loads of those. And then I've actually done a couple of them more recently as well, but I'll show you these now. Just little tiny, super quick stitches, that kind of thing, just to, they're nice little in-betweeny projects, which I did sort of in between a huge project, which I'll show you shortly. I feel like I finished stuff for other people as well. Like I know my nana started a few bits and pieces that I ended up finishing for her sort of when she got a little bit older and her eyes weren't as good. So I know I did like a train for my uncle and like a church, which I think my mum's got on her wall. I might be able to put a picture in. So yeah, those like little bits and pieces. And then other things I found that I've done. I found these little cards, which I think came free with a magazine at some point. And then in an old job, I used to be really obsessed with the Hunger Games. So my colleagues in an old job got me a pattern for this Hunger Games piece, which I have no idea what I want to do with now. But that's that one. I have this, which is on really discoloured Ada by the look of it. Don't know where this came from. Ooh, can I get that bit straighter? There we go. Lovely little basket of flowers. I feel like I was going to turn this into a cushion for someone at some point. Never did. Still sat here in a drawer waiting for something to be done with it. I have this huge piece. Is that any better to fit it all in? Yeah, nice butterfly piece. No idea if that was, I'm assuming these were all kits that I had at some point in time. And then I think they're all my scraps of bits and pieces that I found that haven't been framed or anything. But yeah, next I'm going to head it. There's a couple of bits that I got framed that I did quite a while ago. So this one, which is actually in my little boy's room now. It's a bit dusty. Cute little teddy bear. And I really like how this has been framed actually. My dad has a framing man that he goes to and he always does a really lovely job. So that's a little teddy bear. Again, no idea where this came from. Some kind of kit, I would imagine. And then this one. Now, I said that I only recently discovered stitching on something that's not Ada. Sorry, I've got hair on my lip. But this looks like it's on some kind of like linen or even weave maybe. Again, I think this is a kit from somewhere, but I really like this one, and it's actually got some beads and stuff on it as well. This hangs in my kitchen. So yeah, apparently I'm more advanced than I thought I was with these beads and even weavy linen-y material. But yeah, they look quite small. In fact, hang on a minute. I think I've stitched this over too, which I didn't know I'd done before. So there you go. There's that one that I must have done quite a while ago. Right. I think that's all my sort of older stuff that I did before I started the garden piece that I mentioned last time. So years ago, I think my mum bought it for my grandparents', was it ruby or was it golden wedding anniversary? I'm not sure what her plan, I can't remember what her plan was now. But she took, maybe it was golden wedding we'll go with. But yes, so she got a picture of their garden, which I think I mentioned last time was absolutely beautiful. And she got it turned into a pattern to cross stitch. She did about 20 stitches, if that, and then it got chucked in a cupboard until I found it a few days later and decided to get it done. Little did I know how long it would actually take to get it done. But I did it eventually. I think it took me about 7 years stitching on and off, because I'd do it for a while and then get fed up of it and put it down. But yes, it's not been framed yet because I only finished it last year, and with all the lockdown and everything, we've not had a chance to go and get it framed. But I also feel like this needs washing, but I'm a little bit scared to do it. But here we go. So is that all in there? So this is my grandparents' beautiful garden. Let's see if I can get it a bit closer. But yeah, I absolutely love how this has come out. I think it looks, from afar anyway, I think it looks like a photo, and it looks exactly like their garden did. Yeah, it's lovely. It's on 16 count Ada, and I don't think I told this story last time, but I did this and I was like, I am never doing a full coverage piece again this big, because this was ridiculous and it took me so long, and yeah, I just got fed up of it. And I only recently realised that our sunflower cottage stitch along that we're doing, it's actually only a few thousand stitches smaller than this one. I think just because this is on such big Ada on the 16 count, it just seems so much bigger. So yeah, we'll see how we go with that. But yeah, I love this. I can't wait to get it framed. Sadly, they're no longer here to see this finished, but my mum and my uncle and my cousins and extended family will remember this really fondly, I think. So I'm really glad to have done that. So then I started doing some newer things, things that I feel like I started to discover Etsy and discover patterns and designers of more modern things or different things that I didn't even know were out there or that I'd enjoy stitching. So I think the first thing I picked up was some Star Trek pieces. My partner's a big Star Trek nerd. I don't really get it myself, but I thought he'd really like these. So these are actually framed, which is nice. So I've got 2 Star Trek pieces in the same style, and I think you'll actually recognise these because my Disney piece that I'm doing at the moment is by the same designer in the same style. So we've got those 2. I think one is Next Generation. I don't know which way around they are. One is it Voyager? So that's those 2. And they were just really nice, sort of mindless, something a bit of fun after I'd done all the confetti of the big full coverage piece. So that's those ones. And we've actually decided to make like a gallery wall on our landing above our stairs, just so we can just stick various bits of stitching up on there as I do them. So yeah, they're up on there at the minute. Next thing I did was we basically were moving my daughter from her little nursery into her big girl room, ready for my little boy to come along. So I wanted to stitch a few pieces to go in there, and I found these patterns which are actually a lot bigger than I thought they were going to be. But yeah, so there's 3 in a set, and these now hang in her room. These are all by the same designer. So we've got this little cloud. Trying to minimise any glare, sorry. So that little cloud there. In the same design, there is a moon. And obviously these are like small full coverage pieces. And with the backgrounds, as I say, they were a lot more stitching than I anticipated. But again, really nice, quick and easy after that big full coverage piece. And then a sun as well. So yeah, I really like those. I really like the colours. And yeah, they hang in her room. And I just think it's really nice to have something that I've stitched in there as she grows up. I mean, I'm sure she'll grow out of them at some point, but for the time being, it's really nice. Oh, and she turned 3 this week, which is lovely. We've had a really nice few days. Now lockdown restrictions over here have eased a little bit. We've actually been able to see some family in the garden and stuff, so it's been really, really lovely. So after those bits, I basically just wanted to like stitch things and still on the mindset of what can I stitch for other people, because I don't know what I want to stitch for myself. I did a little stitch of my 2 best friends' initials in like it was like a letter in like, and with like some floral details on. I think I might be able to have a picture inserted here for you. So I did those and gave them away. So yeah, they were nice little fun things. I did a picture of an iris, which is my daughter's name. That must be at my mum's actually, I don't know where that's gone. I think we were going to get that framed to put on her bedroom door. So I might be able to try and insert a picture of that. That was just a little tiny kit of just a little mini that I just wanted. I felt like a little start and a finish, so I did those ones. Next, I mean, I don't even know if these are in the right order now, I'm just guessing. Next I did, by Caterpillar Cross Stitch, her Hello Dear stitch along. This was the first stitch along that I did, and I loved it, clearly, because I'm now doing about a million other stitch alongs. But yes, this was Hello Dear, which I've not got framed yet, because I want to finish all the sets of 4 and then frame them all in the same way, or display them all in the same way. This needs an iron. But yeah, that is Hello Dear by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. I'm sure you've seen this by most of the Flosstubers by now, but I love this design. I think it's really cute, and I'm going to come back to that shortly because the new stitch along is in relation to this piece, sort of. So yeah, we'll come back to that one. But yeah, I really like doing that one. I love the little motifs and little tiny bits and pieces on there. Then I went back to stitching for other people again. So I did a black work tortoise piece for my sister-in-law. I should be able to put a picture in of that one. So that was by Peppermint Purple. And it was really nice to do, really fun. I really enjoyed doing the black work. I've got another black work piece to show you in a minute as well, again by Peppermint Purple. But yeah, my sister-in-law and my brother have a pet tortoise who is so cute. Yeah, so I wanted to do a little tortoise piece for her, which apparently is now hung in their landing as well. So that's really nice. Then, because I was doing something for my sister-in-law, it was only right to do something for my brother as well. And as soon as I saw this piece from Cloud Factory, I think it is, I knew I wanted to stitch it for my brother right away. When we were younger, we loved Robin Hood, the Disney version. Well, all versions of Robin Hood, but we loved the Disney version. So I did this piece for him, which I love. It's really cute. And it was really fun to do, actually, all the little characters. So yeah, I need to get that in a frame. It's just a bit of an awkward shape to frame just from a frame in the shop. So I think I need to wait for the framing shops to open again so I can get that done nicely for him. But yeah, I really like doing that one. I think it's really fun. And I think I've got a couple of other Clouds Factory ones to do at some point. But they're super cute. I like the little quote in the middle. And I think, is it Park Copper Bar has done a Robin Hood piece recently, which I might have to try and get my hands on because, as I say, I love Robin Hood. And yeah, that looked like a really cute design as well. I think, is it Sarah Memphis E is doing this, the Part Copper Part one. So yeah, I might have to get my hands on that one. And if you haven't watched her, you should. She does some really lovely, she's I think she's just done her second video as well, but she's lovely, and she's got some really lovely pieces on the go, so you should definitely go and check her out. Then let's go back to black work. I think we are coming to the end of my pieces now. I feel like I've whizzed through these. So this is the Peppermint Purple 2020 Stitch Along. I think it was called A Year in Black Work, which I've now framed. So here it is, and I absolutely love this. I think it's come out so well. So this is, I did the whole thing in DMC Variegated Blue, and I think it's shade 4025, I think. But I'm really pleased with how that's come out, considering I've never used variegated thread before. And then the border, the bees are from a Steady Thread design. And then the little creatures that I've done here, and here, they are from a different Peppermint Purple pattern that I have, that I haven't stitched yet. But they are one, I think she's done like some seasonal pieces, and I think they're from there. So yeah, I just sort of amalgamated the border from a few different places. But I'm so happy with how this has come out. I absolutely love it. And it was really nice because my mum did this stitch along at the same time. I mean, we both picked it up. I think we were at least halfway through the year when we discovered it. And I showed it to my mum. And I think she'd done some black work at some point in time. I think I mentioned last time she'd done all sorts of different crafts over the years. So when I showed it to her, she was like, oh, I wouldn't mind having a go at that. And she did a really nice version of hers. She's done like a rainbow. I think she's gone purple right down through to red. So starting purple at the top, right down through to red. Can't remember what border she's used now, but hers looks really good as well. And it's so nice how like the same pattern can look totally different in two different colours or colourways or whatever. So yeah, I really love that piece. That's hanging in our landing gallery also. Then I think my final thing I have, which I've not finished properly yet, but it's sort of in its frame that I think it's going to stay in, is this, again for my partner, this little Larry David piece from Good Morning Maui, I think this pattern is from. So yeah, that's really cute, and it was actually really fun to stitch. I basically did this over, I think it was like the course of a week. I was like sneaking upstairs after putting my children to bed and just like doing a quick half an hour on it, sat on the floor of one of our smallest bedrooms where we tend to hang all our washing up, just sat on the floor in there stitching away, so I could give him this as a little treat. So yeah, he really likes that. He's a big, what's the show called? Curb Your Enthusiasm? He's a big fan of that. So yeah, and I think it looks really nice in this little hoop. I just need to do something with the back. But yeah, that is all my previous finishes that I have to hand, I think. I think my favourite one has to be the garden, just because it was such a big piece and it was so important to me, and it's really provided us with some really nice memories afterwards. So yeah, that's those. And then speaking of my mum a minute ago, I thought I'd just show you a piece that she's done that's not actually cross stitch, but she's super talented at everything that she turns her hand to. And this piece is actually waiting to be hung up in our bedroom, but I was going to say recently, but I feel like it was a few years ago now, took up making lace. I think it's called like bobbin lace, and it is such a skill that totally baffles my brain of how she does it. She has this like big stand with tons of bobbins laid out all over the place, but yeah, she's really good at that, and I think it's a really nice, more unusual craft. So this is a piece by her, if you can see. So this is handmade lace, which is absolutely beautiful, and I think a lot of you saw I had some nice little tulips in the background of my video last time, which are my favourite flower. So yeah, I think she is so clever. As I say, I have no idea how this is done, but I think it's lovely, and I just thought I'd show you that. So yes, that is everything stitch along. So as I say, I'm not going to talk about any of my other whips in this video. I'm going to save that till next time, mainly because I've not actually done a whole ton of stitching since my last video. But new start. I have a new start. So basically, oh, I'm getting uncomfortable sat on the floor again. A few days ago, about a week or so ago, Sian from Craftivating Creations shared a story on Instagram of her Hello Pumpkin piece that she is trying to get finished at the moment. And I reshared it and sort of said, oh, I really need to get to this as soon as possible, which I did really want to, because I love it. And as I say, because I've done Hello Dear, I wanted to get the full set done at some point, with Hello Petal just being released and Hello Sunshine being released next month, I think. So I really did want to get it started. So then Joe from Belushi Stitches messaged me and was like, Sal, shall we do this as a stitch along? And I was just like, no, don't even tempt me. And then literally about 2 hours later, I was like, okay, go on then. So we had a little bit of a chat about starting Hello Pumpkin by Caterpillar Cross Stitch, and we've decided to do it as the original stitch along was 2 years ago. So it's split into 5 parts, which we're going to do from starting April, so starting this month, and we're going to do a part a month, April, May, June, July, August, in the hope that it'll be finished by autumn this year, so we can display it nicely for autumn, sort of September, October time. That's the plan anyway. And actually the parts are not too bad at all. They're quite manageable to do each month, I think. I say now, we'll wait and see. So yes, new stitch along. We've created the hashtag. Jo is the one to thank for this. She's the comedy genius behind this one. We're using the hashtag Hello Pumpkin. What time do you cal this? Cal, more for comedic value. We're going with cross stitch along. See what we did there. Yeah, so obviously we're 2 years late with this one. But yeah, we thought a lot of people will probably still have this sat in their stash, that they saw people do at the time and bought at the time, or they've seen people do it since. So it does seem actually like quite a few people have been looking for an excuse to start it. So I think we've got about 13, maybe 15 people in so far, including a couple of Flosstubers. Beth Chadwick is doing it, Alyssa Jones, Sarah, the Clumsy Stitcher, she's doing it as well. A few others on Instagram. But yeah, please join in with us. Just in case you haven't seen it, see if I can get the pattern up. I'm pretty sure you will have seen it. But yeah, it's the same style tree as Hello Dear. It's just the autumnal version with a nice little owl and a fox and a hedgehog in there. So it's really cute, really fun. So yeah, join us. We've got a little group chat going on Instagram if you want to join us. So just drop me a little message on there or comment here, and I can make sure that you've got the parts of like how it's split up into the 5 sections, so that then you know which bit we're stitching each month. But if you don't want to stitch those specific bits each month, feel free to do whatever. It would just be nice to see people joining in and stitching along with us. So yeah, that is that. Oh, I should probably show you my start, shouldn't I? I started it yesterday. I didn't do a great deal, but it's a start. So here we go. there's my little tiny start with about 4 leaves and a tiny bit of a tree done. So we're doing, it's like the bottom section first with like the tree and the pumpkins and a little toadstool as well. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Please join in with us. We're doing the parts that were officially released by Sally from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. As I say, we're just a bit behind schedule than everyone else was when they did it. So yeah, that is that. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna aim to do another video in about 2 weeks time with a bit of a whip update. Hopefully I'll have done a bit more stitching by then. So yeah, hopefully 2 weeks, but then after that I go back to work not too long after that, so all our routines and everything will be all over the place. So I'm not sure what my schedule will look like, A, for stitching, and B, to be able to film. So we will wait and see. I'm going to aim for monthly. If I can do it more regularly, I will do. But yeah, thank you for watching. Oh, I should also mention, speaking of stitch alongs, I should probably give our Sunflower Cottage a mention. Please feel free to still join in that one. I realised I didn't mention our hashtag last time. I feel like I was just so like, wanting to get all my words out and talk about everything that I wanted to mention. I didn't get round to putting that in. So yeah, please join in with our Sunflower Cottage stitch along that I'm doing with Darcy Cameron and a load of other people. Yeah, all sorts of people are involved with that one, and it's really nice to see everyone's progress, although everyone is far quicker than I am at that one. We're using the hashtag Sunflower Cottage SAL for that one, so yeah, please feel free to use that on Instagram and tag us in your progress pictures. That one has no timings on it at all, just stitch it as in when. Mine's probably going to take me years at the rate I'm going. I think I'm on like, did I even make 4% or am I on 2%? Either way, I've not got very far with it. I think I'm in last place for everyone doing that one. But yes, join us on that one, and I will hopefully see you again in a couple of weeks. Thank you again for everyone who has subscribed to me so far, and just really backed up how much of a lovely community this is. After watching other people on Flosstube and seeing everyone's comments, and just, I don't know, there's just so much support for everyone, and everyone just seems really excited for other people doing well, or to see what everyone else is stitching, and I really like it. So thank you for being so welcoming, and hopefully I'll continue making videos for you. So thank you very much for watching. Again, I feel like I've said thank you about a million times, and I will see you in hopefully a couple of weeks. Bye.